Hey, what's going on everybody? Richie Plemons Lawn and Landscape. I hope everybody in Lawncare Nation's doing well, and kind of want to take a minute today and talk about the Kujo Yardwear. I've been wearing those shoes now for about 6 months, and I've put a lot of miles on them, so I want to show you guys what the shoe looks like now, and kind of give you an idea of how much wear and tear I put on shoes. I've been buying the, I guess like a hiker slash hybrid tennis shoe, I guess you would call it. Basically just a low top hiker is what I've been wearing. I've worn Keens, I've worn Merrells, I've worn Solomons, I've worn numerous different shoes. I've worn Wolverine boots, I've worn, Georgia boots. I've worn a bunch of different types, and what I have found with the Kujo Yardwear is they wear like a tennis shoe when you've got them on, but they act like a boot as far as protection goes. Now they are water resistant, as far as dew on the grass. They keep my feet dry. I've had them now 6 months. They've had zero leaking. Now you do have a mesh material along the top that does tend to, if you step in a puddle of water, you're going to get water in your shoe. But as far as the dewy mornings and things like that, I've been out in the rain in them and my feet have stayed dry. It's a shoe. It's not designed to be running through 5-6 inches deep creeks and streams. So take that into account if you do decide to purchase these. If you're doing a lot of work where you're in a lot of water, they're probably not the right thing for you. But if you're doing basic lawn care, mowing, weed eating, trimming, doing some bed work, things like that, this is definitely a shoe that I would recommend. I'll show you now. As you can see, this shoe, if the camera focuses in, it's pretty dirty. It's a nasty shoe. The toes pretty well been used. It's taking a beating. And then when you look at the bottoms, here's the sole of the shoe. You can kind of see I've got a little bit of rubbing there in that one little section, but they've still got some tread left on them. And I think I could probably get another, I'm going to say another 4 or 5 months out of them. I'm going to wear them all winter long still, see how far they go. That's the left shoe. I just pulled these off. I've been working today, so they are still pretty nasty. But as you can see here, if the camera will focus, there you go. Kind of, as you can see, there's no cracking at all in the shoe. They've not cracked anywhere. You can see the soles on these. They don't seem to wear quite as bad as my left foot. My left foot gets a little more wear than my right foot. But just kind of in the way I walk and do my daily tasks. So as you can see, those shoes have not been clean. They've not been washed. There's no cracking in them. The leather, the material that they're made of, the leather material, is still in good condition. I'm not getting any leaking through there or anything. So the shoes, well, it's held up. Like I said, I go through the low top hikers in about 2 to 3 months. I start getting cracking. I get the stitches start coming apart, start getting water in them. I get my soles coming off, and so they start to leak through the sole. So I've had these, like I said, for 6 months. I'll leave a link down below to Kujo Yardwear's website, so you can go take a look, check them out. I do not have a code for you guys. There's a few other guys out there that probably got some codes that you guys could use. Kujo Yardwear, they're great people to deal with, great customer service. I got to meet them at the GIE Expo this year, and really enjoyed talking to them. Yeah, that's my take on them. It's a great shoe. I'm going to continue to purchase and continue to use them. They've treated me well, and I really like them. I did buy my shoes. They were not given to me, so this is not paid for by Kujo or anything like that. I did purchase these shoes with my own money, and so guys, if I'm going to spend my own money on something, I'm going to make sure it's good. So I'm not going to tell you guys go out and spend money on something I didn't. So that shows you, if I'm willing to spend the $100 and something on a pair of shoes and wear them for 6 months, then I mean what I'm saying. These are a really good shoe. They're great for the money, and I hope they last me for another 4 or 5 months. Like I said, if I can get a year out of shoes, I'm happy with them. They've got a couple different colors you can choose from if you don't like the gray, which I got gray, which does show a lot more dirt than, say, if you were to purchase the black ones. Black's probably not going to look quite as dirty as the gray does, but like I said, guys, you can see them. I'll show you again. You can see the toe. You can kind of see here on the toe how they just they're dirty. They're just Camera won't focus. But anyway, you guys kind of get the point. I mean, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. They're pretty dirty. I don't wash them. I ain't got time to wash them. I take them off and I take them off in my garage, throw them down in the garage floor, and the next morning I get up, I put them back on and go back to work. So I figure if they can survive not being washed and cleaned every now and then they're a good shoe. But anyway, guys, I know I'm starting to ramble a little bit. Like I said, I'll leave a link down below to Kujo Yardwear. If you guys want to get you a pair, contact those guys, get in touch with them, and see what they can do to get you taken care of.